Most times we educate ourselves so well that we miss out on God's best plan for us. Not like the education was wrong, but we try to use our education to value, to measure what God is about to do in our life. We use our education to compare with what God has asked us to do about our life. So we are measuring, does it really make sense? Does this sound right? Does this actually seem achievable? And we forget that the things of God cannot be measured with human understanding. The things of God cannot be measured with human wisdom. The things of God is even too high for our education to qualify it. So when God has called you for something, when God has a plan for your life, when God has a purpose, a destiny for your life, resist the urge to use your academic qualification, your intelligence, your intellect to check, to checkmate, to measure, or to use it as a yardstick to know what God is calling you for is actually sensible or not. Resist the urge to do so. We are currently at the end of 2024. Today is the 10th of December 2024 as I am recording this video, and most of us have had a long to-do list or plan or goal we're supposed to achieve in 2024. But for some people, I did not have anything at all written down. So they were like, whatever the year brings up, they are open to it. Others that had, some of their needs, some of their plans were not actualized. But does that mean that God is not working? No. God is still God, and whether you see it now or you see it later, He has good things behind the scene. He has good plans for you. I mean, he tells us in his word that my thoughts for you are thoughts of good and not of evil, to give you a future and a hope. So why would you think that because your plans for this year were not 100% ticked, that God has forgotten you, that you cannot be your best? You can be your best anytime and every time, because God is still alive. God is on the throne. So I'll urge us to continue to trust in God concerning what our plans are. Whether we've achieved it this year, we should continue to trust in God. But then, before we throw away the plans of 2024, here are a few keys I would like us to have at the back of our mind, or better still, write them down. Write them down. How to make 2025 a productive year for you. So the keys to make 2025 a productive year is number one. You know those plans you had before that you wanted to do away with in 2024? The plans you thought you couldn't achieve. Now take stock. All right. Number one, take stock. Take stock of what 2024 was like. Take stock of all the things you achieved. Take stock of all the things you did not achieve. Take stock. Take stock, because when you take stock, you look back, you see the plans you made and the plans you did not achieve. You also see the plans you were able to achieve. So that's one thing taking stock helps us to do. You know, I once worked as an accountant in a hospitality industry, and at the end of the month we go for stock taking. So what that stock taking helps us to do is to know the goods that are available for sale and the goods that have been used up already. So with the ones available for sale, it helps us know the quantity, the way requisite for more, or that quantity is okay. And then with the ones used up already, it helps us to check our financial record. How much did we make with these items we have already used? Because if I had 20, for example, 20 corn